What up, y'all? It's about the Ghost tapping in. I'm tapping in because I'm about to drop a video for my latest single titled Forever 91. The concept of the song is basically the graffiti era in Los Angeles, the tag banging era, the tagging era, the graffiti era, and the gang banging era, the 90s, the skateboarding era, the b-boying era, the 90s hip hop era. Pretty much that whole era. That's why I called it Forever 91, which is similar to 93 till infinity, but I gave it, I flipped it. I always be trying to flip things, so instead of Forever 21, Forever 91, so it has a little bit of something for people to bite onto, like, oh, Forever 91, Forever 21, that's familiar, you know what I'm saying? So what it is if you're familiar with my song 1987 and my video 1987, which is a song that a lot of people enjoy, it's kind of like a part two of that, where I'm describing the 90s and the 90s era. So as of lately, I've been treating all my songs like they're projects. So I did the same with this one, where I made the song, I wrote the song, I made the beat. The beat is like a 90s style, R&B 90s slow jam type of joint that I speeded it up and I threw some drums behind it. It's very 90s-ish, so when it came to writing the song, it was pretty easy. It pretty much wrote itself. So that's where I got the beat from. I don't remember the exact sample, but the sample is like a 90s slow jam, and that's what I did, you know what I'm saying? So then after that, I had a vision. I said, you know what'll be dope for a cover for the art? It'll be a dope-ass little tag banger on a GT dyno with the starter jacket, Georgetown Hoyas in specific, with some brown khaki socks up, the Air Max 90s, the purple and black joints, which were the ones that were popping when I was young, and with a JanSport backpack in front of a liquor store with a little revolver, kind of where I'm not glorifying violence, but that's what it was back in the day. Everybody said, like, my mom sees the show, why you have to put a gun and blah, blah. Listen, if you hear the song, I'm really just describing the era. I'm not over here glorifying or trying to make light of gun violence or anything like that. So in case you're not familiar with the design, I have the shirt here with me, and it's very detailed. I told the homie Goose310 on Instagram how to dress him, how to, what to put on him and all that. And on top of that, he added his own twist, which made it just as dope. I don't know why that went from dark to light, but whatever. So yeah, that's the concept of the song. The homie, actually, the liquor store that he chose is a liquor store that is pretty close to where I grew up at. So I shot the video in the exact same store that's in the graphic, not on the shirt, but on the original graphic for the song that's on Spotify and on YouTube. You see he's in front of a liquor store, so I shot the video with the exact same gear and the exact same liquor store. So what I'm about to do is I'm about to pull up some lyrics and kind of break down some of the lyrics. So I say 1990 something, 93 until infinity. Either graffiti or thugging in the community. Jump in the bus and it be where you from or what you write. Oh, I know so and so from there. You dodge a fight. So back in the 90s, when you pull up you had to go to the back of the bus, because if not, you were labeled a square, a dork, a nerd, or a bitch. You know what I'm saying? So you get in the bus, no matter if the thuggest motherfuckers are in the back, you go to the back. You know what I'm saying? So go to the back and they be like, "What's up? Where you right? Or where you from?" You know what I'm saying? And sometimes, these dudes are older, bigger, and, you kind of had to, pick and choose your battles. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes it'd be a tagger like, well, what you write? NHD. Oh, okay, I know fucking so-and-so. That's my dude. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, okay. And then, you know what I'm saying? You kind of, you break the tension and shit, because the tagging was aggressive. Even prior to tag banging, even the graffiti shit was aggressive. Like, so where you write? What you write? It was almost like you were getting jammed up. But except you weren't gonna get shot, but you'll get beat up. You know what I'm saying? So that's what that was. Oh, I know so-and-so from there, you dodge a fight. The older homies had Lolos cruising and hopping, bouncing. Continuation schools and nickel bags and 40 ounces. Bumping the walk, man. We had a walk, man. They socked you up. They took your stuff, told you to walk, man. They took the outdoor. They took the JanSport. Foot patrol or catch the bus are only transport. So A lot of stick-up kids back then. You had your backpack on, you had a Gat jacket, or you know what I'm saying, some Air Maxes, a Guess watch, or something like that they wanted. Shouts out to my boy Iker and Drome. They were the local stick-up kids in our neighborhood. They leave you sneakerless and backpackless with a bloody eye and a busted lip, because that's how the era was back then. Everybody had fresh shit on, and everybody else wanted to take your fresh shit. You know what I'm saying? So if you was rocking a dope watch, a dope something, you had a, you know, especially sometimes when I would leave. I remember when I first got my Gat jacket, I used to throw it in my backpack when I got out of school and then take the bus, because they were out there ready to take your stuff, the little stick-up kids, you know what I'm saying? Hold up, I'm lying, we skating, maybe a mini Schwinn, Street Fighter Perfect or Mortal Kombat, you finish him. They found your stash, found your Krylons, now they punish you. The Air Max is the fat bubble, the running shoe. This was the 90s in my city, give you insight. The Ben Davis, the zip up black or the pinstripe. Well, obviously y'all know the Ben Davis, the zip ups, that was super in with the pinstripes. It was the black or the blue. Then you had the 90s when the Air Maxes just dropped. That was the first fat bubble that, you know, it was usually the Air Jordan bubble was a real thin bubble, but the Air Max bubble was a fat bubble, you know what I'm saying? Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, you finish him, you know what I'm saying? What else I say? They took the Walkman, you know what I mean? We had a Walkman. I think I already tapped on that. Hold up, I'm lying, we skating, maybe a mini Schwinn. A lot of us was getting around in skateboards. Skating was a thing, you know what I'm saying? Skaters were mobbers. They used to, you know what I mean? They used to be with the fashion. They used to write. They used to tag. They used to steal. They used to dress fresh. They were into hip-hop. They were into punk, you know what I'm saying? To me, skating is the fifth element of hip-hop, or six, whatever I think it's four elements of hip-hop. Skating has to be the fifth to me, you know what I'm saying? So that's what that right there. I got to give it up to the skaters on that shit, you know what I'm saying? 1997 baggy pants, they were 58s, and in them 58s revolver pull out 38s. They get to busting, you get to ducking, they get to running. They in the whip, they hit you once, twice, the whip they spun it. They came back, but you was ready, hide behind a palm. Now it was on, the homie lying dead all in the lawn. Basically, we was wearing the big pants, you know what I'm saying? We had the revolvers in the big pants. If you've ever been in a shootout in the hood, and these fools were ballsy. They would come by, hit you, bap, 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 bap. Then they would go around the block, and if they were ballsy, they would make a U-turn if they didn't feel they got you good enough. They'd make a U-turn and come back and do the double back. By then, you was ready, and on my block, there was mad palm trees everywhere, so a safe place for you to be was either under a car or behind a tree, or most definitely a palm tree, because the palm trees were thick. You know what I'm saying? So that's how we would do it in my neighborhood all the time. Whenever a car was coming, you know, you get behind a palm tree. Like, who the fuck is that? Who that? Who that? You know what I'm saying? Boom. They start busting, you get behind the palm tree. You know what I mean? That's what that meant right there. So, behind the palm, now it was on, the homie lying dead. A lot of destruction, a lot of murder for no reason, really. A lot of abductions by Hudas. You know they beat you silly. Like the graffiti and DD homies was cliff hanging just to catch a tag. That's crazier than fucking gang banging. And taggers was wild, man. They was doing some wild stuff back in the day, hanging off of, you know, buildings and all types of stuff like that. Hit up the spots with the throw-ups for the eye busting. Jump your ass in, homie. First punch, they eye busting. Sometimes they wouldn't tell you getting jumped in, just go, bah, oh! And then they start beating you down. You in. You from the squad now. You didn't even ask to be in. You know what I'm saying? Picture a city, a million traviesos running rampant. Picture a city with bucket speakers and bass and amping. Picture a city with skater graphers, they hella wildin', but they was styling, profiling, wildin' a little violent. A lot of times them skaters, they fuck you up. You know what I mean? You try to punk 4 or 5 skaters that come at you with skateboards and stomp your ass out. You know what I mean? Picture a city, a million traviesos running rampant. It was a bunch of little youngins just running wild in the city in the tag banging days. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has speakers and bass bumping and, you know what I mean, graphers and graffiti and all that. So that's just kind of a breakdown of the song. I hope y'all enjoyed the song. If you haven't, go to Spotify, check it out. It's called Forever 91. It's a really dope joint. I really enjoyed it. It's one of them Zapato the Ghost classics. The video will be dropping soon. It's going to be a dope-ass visual shot by my boy Icon. The song is produced by me, written by me, mixed by me, mastered by me, created and produced by me. The vision of the video was all me. You could say I directed the video in a sense because the wardrobe, the spots, it's all what it was all my vision, along with the shirts. Obviously, the videographer Icon, my guy with the graphics, threw their sauce on it, and they gonna make it saucy. And but yeah, it was my vision. I thought about it. I let it marinate, and then I threw it out into the world, and now it's in the world, and I created a baby. You know what I'm saying? I hope y'all enjoy it. Peace.